Hello there, Jeremiah here. Thrilled to welcome you to the Throw Zone, where I teach you all about the juggling arts. I'm here in Ohio, and I want to share a really useful set of drills that I was taught over 10 years ago by Brian Thompson that really teaches you to start using spin where I'm juggling normally, but I'm adding swings in underneath in some form or another. And so there's 4 variations that I want to go through with you right now. Hey, just a quick shout out to Flow Toys and all the supporters over there on Patreon who help make this content possible. If you enjoy content like this and you want to see more of it, throw a few bucks down at Patreon every month and I will keep creating content. First, we're going to conserve the catch to enter the spin. What I mean by that is when the club is coming down to hit my hand, there's a certain amount of energy from the club rotating and on its way down from the pull of gravity. I'm going to use as much of that energy as possible by catching it pretty close to the knob and allow the club to rotate as soon as it hits my hand and do a outside chop basically using my ring grip. Ring grip is exactly what it sounds like. I create a ring with my thumb and my index finger, and that's what I'm going to use when I do that chop. You can swing it there indefinitely. Let's revisit the first one in pattern with all 3 clubs. As soon as I catch it, I let it swing on the outside of my hand, sort of like doing a chop. In fact, if I allow that swing to happen on the inside, so from the ring grip, I swing it over the club that's coming up under it, then I am doing a chop. So this is a great way to get your chops down. But in this case, we're just working with it on the outside for this little outside swing. Second one, you're still going to do the chop. You're still going to conserve the catch, but you're going to enter the spin on the inside using the socket grip. The socket grip uses most of your fingers to create a ball and socket joint of sorts and capture that club. So with this one, you have to catch it on the knob so that you can immediately enter that spin. This one takes a little getting used to. So conserving the catch to enter the socket grip spin, and then I stop it and I change this direction with the throw, just like I did with the ring grip conserved catch. Ring grip, socket grip. Ring grip, socket grip. So I'm still using the momentum from the catch to enter the swing, but this time I have to create enough space between my arms to get that chop swing in there. Looks like this. Now we're going to go the other direction, and we're going to stop as soon as we catch it, create spin in the opposite direction, and use the spin that we just created to enter the throw. So there's no stop before the throw. Now, in order to get into that swing efficiently, catch it nice and close to the knob, but basically you're going to create a little leverage here with the thumb holding the knob or further down the handle and using your index finger to create a fulcrum so that you can quickly change its direction with as little force as required. Takeouts is what it may often be called, or reverse chops. As soon as I catch it, I go the opposite direction and I use that swing to go into the toss. And then you're going to switch to socket grip. And same thing, catch it as close to the knob as possible, create that fulcrum with your index finger, and you're going to press with the thumb to get it to swing into that socket grip. Notice that I've created a little extra space between where I hinge the club in my hand so that I don't hit myself. Same thing, I have to create enough space, and I want to catch it as close to the knob as possible. One of the things I love about all of these drills is it teaches you to start to use the extra time under the throw. For accessing something like a Mike's Mess, having those spins on lockdown at a moment's notice is really, really useful, and these are the drills that trained me to do it. As you're learning these, you're gonna have to build up one thing at a time. At first, you're just gonna try and do one at whatever side as an incidental, and then build up so that you can do one back and forth. Just focus on doing it with one club so it bounces back and forth. In this case, I'm using the chop, but you could switch to use the takeout or the reverse chop, or you could do the inside this way, and you start creating the space that you need. If you need to, juggle a little higher and juggle a little slower. That's going to give you more time underneath to do the action. Once you've got one back and forth down, then try and get it all on one side. Chops on the right. Takeouts on the right. Inside chops on my right. Inside takeouts on my right. Switch sides. You get the picture. Then you have to start to figure out how to merge the two sides together. And that's one of the trickiest parts. And there's a couple different ways to do this. First, I recommend being able to do a right-left and a left-right. So two back-to-back, one from each side. Right-left, or right-left, or right-left, or right-left. And then left-right, left-right. Then you want to start running one side and switching directly to the other side. So if I'm doing right side, I'm going to switch immediately to doing my left side, and then switch immediately back to doing my right side. Get like 2 or 3 on each side before you switch. And really make sure that there's no setup throw in between. And start to increase the speed that you do it. Now, let's be honest, outside chops is the easiest one. Let's do one of the harder ones. In the case of the inside ones, I like to juggle a little slower to give myself the time. So if I'm going to work the right side, and then I work the left side, and then I immediately get that switch from right to left. I like to do 3 before I switch sides, and then start working it down with 2. And then working it down until you can do back-to-back changes so that you go right, left, pause, left, right, with one setup throw between. At this point, you can probably start to go for runs. Juggling higher with the inside patterns is essential. You can also combine them together in interesting ways. So if I do on my right side a chop and on my left side a takeout, then you end up with some nice variations of patterns. And then you can apply a lot of these concepts to other patterns. If, for example, I use some vertical flats, a vertical flat chop. Or vertical flat inside chop. Add a chop to the catch of the shower. Or if you need more of a challenge, try adding it into your Mills Mess, so that after every throw you get some kind of swing in there. So if I want to do chops, it might look like this. Whoa. Or add it to lazies. All right, that's all I got for you. I hope this helped you wrap your head around some of these swinging based patterns. I hope you've enjoyed the video and that you learned a little something. If you find these videos useful and you want to help support the channel, check out The Throw Zone on Patreon. A few bucks goes a long way to helping ensure I can continue to create free content for people all over the world to learn the juggling arts. Thanks again for being here. Have a great day. See you later.